Welcome to all the panelists here. Thank you so much for taking your time from your busy schedules, to come and participate in this roundtable. This is an open mic. We will discuss a little bit more about what customer experience means to each and every industry, to each and every organization per se, and what role does marketing automation, if you perceive any such change that marketing automation has done in your industry, in your sector. All right. Point three is what are those nuances that you feel really are the differentiating factor when you look for a Martech or a marketing automation platform in the entire digital transformation journey. So this is the entire context of this roundtable. I think it's an hour roundtable, if I'm not wrong. Absolutely. An hour roundtable. Let's make it a little bit interesting. I'll keep it absolutely open. Anybody wants to barge in, everybody is welcome to get into it. Have an open-ended conversation. I would really request each one of you to just a quick round of introductions for the camera so that we're able to register. You want to take it first?
Yeah, absolutely. Hi everyone, this is Bharadwaj. I represent Kala Mandir. We also have brands Kala Mandir, Varamahalakshmi, KLM Fashion Mall, Brand Mandir and Kala Mandir Royal. We are typically a sari selling company. We have about 54 showrooms and our retail spread is across 4 states and with a square feet of about 6 lakh square feet. So today here, that's who I am representing here. Thank you.
Thanks, Bharadwaj. So hello everyone, my name is Ketan. I represent Apollo Pharmacy here. I manage consumer and product, and marketing is a sub-function of this function. Apollo Pharmacies today has about 5,500 stores across the length and breadth of the country. We have a digital platform, Apollo 247, which is, and that makes us really only because of that. And it offers virtual consults, lab tests, medicine, orders, and so forth, and many other things. I look forward to the session and learn from each best practices from each one of you so that I can go back and use some of them in my own function.
Beautiful.
Yeah? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hi everybody. Myself Rameshwar Reddy, and I represent Dodla Dairy. So completely odd man in this dairy industry from. We both are there actually. Right. So this is a 25-year-old company, and we have 14 plants across, and we have operations in Africa also, and we are into South Indian company here, and so we do around 15 lakh liters per day. That's what we sell per day, and through we have close to 600 company-owned parlors and around 1.5 lakh retailers through a channel of 4,000 customers, distributors and agents put together.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what, yes, if you see that I take care of sales and distribution and marketing basically. Precisely, it was sales and operations in dairy. Now, slowly we're getting into the marketing.
Okay.
And that's what this session looks.
I would love to have a conversation with you, sir. A couple of weeks back, I was in a conversation with Mother Dairy.
Oh,
and
okay.
I'm meeting Amul next week.
Okay.
So we are in some conversation with Amul.
Okay, great.
We'd love to have a conversation with you.
Surely.
Yes.
Hi everyone, my name is Asim. I'm basically representing Neeru's over here. Neeru's again is a very popular ethnic wear brand from India. We venture in more than 19 cities and having around 46 stores, exclusive ABOs, and around 180 MBOs. And we also have one store in Dubai. And as per Neeru's going on a digital platform, we already have a very good marketplaces. Very good established on all the marketplaces and as well as on Neeru's.com.
Okay, beautiful. You sell on Amazon by any chance?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, beautiful. Good.
And we now planning to sell on Amazon and US market.
The US market as well.
Oh,
yes. Wow, that's interesting. Would love to learn and hear from you, Asim. Thank you so much. Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm Koti, representing Nukkad Retail, South India's largest retail chain. So we are having 140 outlets, Hyderabad, Bangalore, and EP. So we are having a 5 lakh square feet which we are running our operations currently. And next phase, apparently at 2024, we may add another 1 lakh square feet. And so in Hyderabad, we have covered such a way, wherever you stand in Hyderabad city, within 1.5 kilometer you'll find one Ratnagiri.
Okay.
Such a way we've been covered in Hyderabad city.
Okay.
So you stand anywhere, just Google it. Within 3 kilometers, 1.5 to 2 kilometers, you'll find 2-3 Ratnagiri stores. Hyderabad is about 100 square kilometers. So we covered with 130 stores. So we are having a large plans in terms of online. Although just we started venturing into online, our own online platform. We started about 18 days back. First April we started our online platform. So we have a couple of plans in future to expand our footprint in online business also in big way.
Beautiful. Within India and outside the premise of India?
Currently we are focusing in South, and the next financial we go to North.
Wow, impressive. Thank you so much, Koti sir. Thank you. This is interesting.
Yeah, national market. Within Ratnagiri there is one more format called national market.
Value format.
It's a value format.
DMart.
Yeah, it's almost comparable to DMart. So we started in the year 2021. We just start our 4 stores now.
Okay.
So future that also going to different way of scaling, different level of scaling in very short.
Okay. Fantastic. And you plan to take National Mart also online eventually, or is it already online?
Currently National Mart is only in offline.
It's only offline. Yes. Fantastic.
Second, that is required to go to the offline. Online will require a lot of like width and breadth.
Correct.
So currently National Mart don't have such a length and breadth of widespread of stores.
Correct.
So National Mart may not, but Ratnagiri obviously.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Koti sir. Sharon, over to you.
Hi everyone, this is Sharan. I represent Happy Mobiles and I'm the Vice President in the organization. I handle the complete technology, marketing, sales, internal operations, all the marketing technologies, which is the main point of discussion for today's evening. We are 85 stores. We are just 5-year-old brand. We are the number 3 partner in AP and Telangana in the mobile retail chain. So we have been consistently awarded as the best emerging retail brand by consecutively 3 years. So just last month we had taken the award in Mumbai as well. We sit in a 2.5 million customer database. So the experience that we offer to the customer has been the point of sale at the differentiating factor for customer experience at the store. So that's the reason even then in such a highly competitive cluttered market, we have been able to be at this 3rd position in just 5 years. So looking forward to learn from everyone.
Absolutely, I would really want to understand. So you have your own mobile devices?
No, it's a multi-brand retail chain. Okay. So we are the number 2 partner for Samsung in India, number 3 partner for Apple in India.
Okay.
And coming to the premium segments like S23, the S22, so we are number 2 partner who just stand very next to Reliance still in India. Wow. So being a small chain which is in just 2 states, we give a competition to the nation's largest market of competitive retail brands like Chroma and Retail. So that has been a unique selling point. That's where Happy's premium customer acquisition strategy had been a big success story in the whole country.
Which stores are?
So we are currently at 85 stores. We have 30 stores in Hyderabad, 4 in Vijayawada, 4 in Vizag.
Beautiful, and I hope to see your name in a newspaper, something similar to what happened yesterday at BKC.
Yes,
the largest
I know.
Apple store in Mumbai.
Yes.
Alright, I hope that you will also open one big store. And we have Tim Cook coming again.
Yeah, and one more biggest thing that we do is we are the India's largest B2G partner. So B2G, I mean business to government. So in the month of March, on the birthday of Mr. Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister, Mr. Y.S. Jagannath Reddy, he had distributed about 7 lakh tabs to the students.
Okay.
So the end-to-end project has been handled by us. And in a similar manner, just before the UP's election, Mr. Yogi Adityanath had distributed about 5 lakh mobile phones. Complete project has been end-to-end handled by us. So in this domain, right, in the B2G, what we call, we are the India's largest player.
Excellent. This is information to me. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Sharon. Over to you, sir.
Yeah.
Kiran,
Yes,
correct?
Yeah. This is Kiran from PMJ Jewels, and I am CEO over there. And we are a jewelry brand. We are a premium jewelry brand mainly focused on the diamond side. So we cater to a niche client to that. And we have about 30 stores, slightly over 1 lakh square feet of retail space, spread across 4 states. And we proudly say that the volume of diamond that we sell, and we are one of the leaders in the volume of diamond that we do, like our Sharan is being regional, still doing a national number. Even being regional, numbers are complicated to the likes of Tanesh and
I was about to ask.
And our specialty is in diamond jewelry and the designs are
Focusing just on diamond jewelry. Wow, and you have 30 stores spread across 1 lakh square feet. Impressive, across 4 states. Would love to get into the depth of it, Kiran. Eventually we will. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, Neeru sir, over to you.
I'm Niranjan.
Niranjan.
I'm co-founder at Nukkad Shops, the technology provider. Basically, we are a cloud-connected POS provider, billing machines and all that. And we have two products, one for retail and one for F&B. Our segment is essentially the unorganized retail sector. We have almost 10,000 stores across the country on that. But in recent times, along with the unorganized retail sector, we've also got into the airports business. That's another interesting area which we are also, on the one side, customer experience is, it's not it's a little understated. You just want to get your job done.
Correct.
Rather than the airports and so on, it's customer experience is everything, and this is everything. So it's the two ends of the spectrum.
Beautiful. I would really want to understand and delve into the concept of CX for you, customer experience, particularly for you. F&B is a very, very difficult sector. The stickiness of your buyer, consumer is very skewed. I mean, it's very difficult to keep that. We really want to understand what are you doing on that part. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, Tamil, correct? Tamil, sorry.
Yeah, could be confusing. Hi, my name is Tamal Chatterjee. I'm representing Sets Farm here. I lead the marketing and growth functions for Sets Farm. And Sets Farm is a leading premium dairy brand right now in Hyderabad. We have just opened shop in Bangalore, slowly in expansion mode. And my responsibilities, of course, include customer acquisition, retention, and all of those, because we are primarily a D2C brand. We work directly with close to about 60,000 customers in Hyderabad, okay, of which about 30,000 are subscribers, daily subscribers. Okay. We have a retention rate of somewhere around 84% as far as customers are concerned. And definitely quality is of primordial importance to us, and that is what we have been playing all these days. And that is what has worked in our favor too. Okay. And transparency, of course. So as we discussed today, I would also love to discuss as to what, since we are talking of marketing automation here, definitely how we could probably marry traditional marketing and
how do you infuse technology into that? What role it plays?
Yes.
My goodness, it's a big, big, long conversation. You cannot get over with it in 1 hour. I can ensure on that part, that's for sure.
So we sow the seeds here.
Yeah, absolutely, we should. And I look forward to a beautiful conversation unfolding between all of us over here. Thank you so much again to all the panelists. Taking a cue from everybody, I think there's a lot of intelligence, there's a lot of business, there's a lot that we can discuss when it comes to customer experience between the 10 of us. All right, I would really want to hear how what is the role of customer experience in today's very difficult landscape where a buyer, a consumer, a visitor, anybody has got multiple options. All right, you just go Google it and you have multiple options. Be it dairy, be it jewelry, be it clothing, be it F&B, be it mom and pop shops, be it retailers, wholesalers. There is no dearth of opportunities at this particular point in time. You're looking for pharmacy, my goodness, that is, I would say it's a nightmare in itself. And if you're maintaining how many, 5,500 stores is what you're doing?
Yeah. We do
My goodness.
7 lakh transactions a day.
7 lakh transactions a day. My goodness. How do you keep that stickiness, and what's customer experience to you, Ketan? I would like to start with you.
Yeah, I mean, see, today's consumer has become extremely demanding. I would start off by saying that I think you are bang on. The choices for customers is increasing by the day, and that in some way has forced brands to reevaluate their strategy going to the market. They're coming up with different frameworks. They're coming up with different conversions in technologies, and therefore trying to drive a lot of consumer experience.
Okay.
Today, brands are also moving from just being from an interactive to a more from an engagement perspective.
Absolutely.
So nobody wants to kind of focus on pure discounts, coupons, and brands have now started to look at long-term value as a proposition over a long-term period. One of the research study also says that if you don't engage with your consumers on a let's say on a or very frequently, then there's a 53% chance that they quickly switch on to a competition.
Absolutely.
So therefore, two things very important: personalization becomes very important.
Very important role. Absolutely.
How do you get a 360 view of a customer? So that's where it becomes very important.
How do you do this in your
Yeah.
segment? I mean,
So
it's very difficult.
If
If you have a walk-in like me coming in and taking a medicine
Yeah.
or buying it, how do you get the 360 view of me?
So it is a unified customer view that we have. So based on your unique mobile number is how we track. We divide customers into various segments,
Okay.
which is mom and baby. It could be femme and mother. It could be diabetes, cardiac,
Okay.
hypertension, respiratory, like that. And then we also know from the view that whether he's an online heavy customer or an offline heavy customer. We also get that perspective.
And what is the ratio of this online and offline that you have at this
Right
moment?
now it is pretty small. The online business only is about 10-15% of our overall business.
Okay.
But very steadily growing, very fast. So one of the things that we for us customer experience is giving the same kind of experience what they get online and in the store. But the and then come to the challenges of that. But for us, like you said, how do you look at customers' view? So one is the segmentation bit, and then what we also understand is how do we push offer customers a lot of affiliate or closest affinity products to them.
Then that is where the personalization.
That
plays
is
an
where
important
the
role.
personalization comes.
Okay.
So that gives you a lot of options to kind of nudge customers from a non-premium segment to a premium segment.
Correct.
You can do a lot of cross-sell. Like if you want me to give you an example, customers who are buying, let's say, baby products and don't buy, for example, customers who buy pharma from us, pharma baby OTC. Let's say they're buying a vitamin D or a
A vitamin E or a C or any
then,
medication. of
and
that
they don't
sort.
buy, let's say, diapers, wipes from us.
Okay.
Then we know from our data that they don't buy that from us, and we can push them to buy because that's the closest affinity that we have.
Wow.
Example.
Wow.
It's not like the real affinity, but like an example. We get to know from the purchase history, from the mobile number. It gives us the view.
And then goes into your
Yeah.
CDP or it goes into your
Yeah.
CRM.
Yeah, it flows
Alright.
into this. Yeah. So we have a full view of the customer, and from there is what we kind of give personalized recommendations to customers,
Wow.
trying to upsell, cross-sell.
My goodness.
And-
Taking cue what Tamal was saying a few
Yeah.
minutes back about the retention rate.
Exactly.
How in your segment are you maintaining this? Considering if a person like me wants to go and say, even on Amazon, Flipkart, even they are also in a way delivering medications and all. We can order it. I mean, obviously we can't get it within 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but we do have an option to, place an order there. How do you compete with them?
With the normal stores.
Normal stores.
So
And online as well, both.
yeah, so online, because of our 5,000, so one is the brand Apollo, that itself is a very strong proposition with 5,500 stores. And today, if you look at the value proposition that not just Apollo, but a lot of online brands offer is quick commerce, right? Because they say we deliver it in 2 hours. For us, it's a little bit of more advantage because we deliver faster than anybody else. So that's a very strong stickiness that the consumers will need.
Okay.
Then purely in terms of the availability and in terms of genuineness that the brand brings it with it, the consumers are hooked onto us for a long time. So I wouldn't give you a number in terms of what is the retention rate, but it's pretty high. At any point of time, you would have about uh, about 30 million. No, yeah, 30 million, not 30 million. Sorry, 15 million loyal customers that we have.
Wow, every month. Beautiful. That's a great.
That's a big number.
It's a big number. It's a big number. Thank you so much.
You also
Really
have a
appreciate
loyalty.
that.
You also have a loyalty, right?
Yeah, we have a loyalty program.
Loyalty program.
Yeah, which is spread across all the BUs, which has a earn and burn.
It's a very good one. Actually, it's
That's
really
a very
good.
good proposition.
Yeah, it's a really good one. And another one, what I feel, Apollo, they produce their own product.
Yeah.
And when you compare that same product, the same quality of manufacturing with the other brands, the prices are very less.
Good.
If I
Does
go
this,
and
does
buy,
this theory hold true for Neeru as
Yeah.
well? In your case?
we have
Or there's
completely
a
a
slightly
different ball
difference?
game. See, I think there is always a different sort of a ball game.
I know.
Customers are very choosy. They want latest fashion. They want it in a limited time gap. So we have introduced a lot of things in Neeru's like omnichannel. So now we are connected all the marketplaces to our website, even a WhatsApp right now under the omnichannel. So anybody anywhere buys it and they get it ASAP.
Wow. And how do you blend this engagement or this experience if somebody doesn't want to walk into the store and wants to purchase online versus somebody who prefers to walk into a store,
See,
trying it out?
what basically
how do you
hap-
change this experience? Or how do you manage it rather?
Managing it's very simple. It's
Oh.
just all about a product. For an example, online. Basically, he's also here. He can also agree on it. A lady will not buy a product of about 30,000 or 40,000 online.
That's
True
for
to you.
sure. That's for sure.
She will not buy a sari. She will not buy a lehenga, nor anything.
Okay.
It's online bracket. What according to me, what we have saw, online bracket is only for the kurtis and a product which is under to 15,000.
Okay.
If you have a brand loyalty customer, for an example, as like Neeru's has it.
Uh-huh.
So we cater online almost 70% to US market.
Okay.
So they buy 50,000. They spend even a lakh rupee on a Neeru's just because they know a brand is there. We get a value of that brand, so they'll buy it. In India, if you prefer, it's under 15,000 cap.
And how do you build that affinity? I mean, do you use the same concept as what Ketan uses, like personalization? And
See,
making that
basically, it's
genuineness?
a brand value. It's a brand value. It's a brand quality. What we offer to it.
Okay, okay. And you think that drives crowd to your brand, to your shows, to
100%.
your territory, or something like that?
If I'm taking it, I wanted to reach out to the consumers, for an example. So there are a lot of ways we are doing it right now, digitally, because I just saw your card. So you have a lot of things over there, and all those things we are doing.
We
it
have a
right
great
now.
story with Chopper Stuff, but again,
We love to hear that chopper
Yeah.
stuff.
No, it's a big story, as I said, but I really would want to hear from what you guys are doing and something similar to what.
Hi.
Oh, sorry.
Apologies, gentlemen, for being late.
No, please, no problem, sir. Please, we would request if you could quickly introduce yourself.
So hi, I'm Hemant Gehlot. I'm the third generation of a 64-year-old mithai retail business, and it's very recent that we have scaled up in Hyderabad. We are as of now a team of 350 plus and 6 outlets, and we are also into cafes, French pastries, and banquets. In last 3 years we have come into. So that was it. Right?
Thank you so much and welcome to this roundtable, Hemant. Could I know the name of your brand, Hemant?
It's Mahindra Mithaiwala Private Limited.
I've heard about this. Okay. Would love to hear from you.
Mithaiwala and Mahindra Mithaiwala are same? No, they are different, sir. So, Mithaiwala is different and Mahindra Mithaiwala.
Mahindra Mithaiwala is different, actually. 47. These are two separate types of brands.
Yeah, it's very recent. We have scaled up in Hyderabad. We have one store in Sanikpuri, one in Manikonda.
Beautiful. We're doing some big stuff with Haldiram, Hemant. Maybe post this panel conversation, I can, would love to discuss with you on it.
Sure.
Anyways, great. Coming back to you, Bhadraj, you heard what Ketan had to say, you heard what Asim had to say. Do you resonate with them? You have a similar problem?
Absolutely. So let me just get where we started from.
Sure,
So today, though we call us as a sari selling, we are completely tech-driven company.
Wow.
So today, as we stand, the entire ERP, point of sale, accounting modules, HR modules, CRM modules, everything is homegrown for us. We have built this over the course of last 11 years. I have a wonderful team with me.
Okay.
And today, any integrations, anything possible is just that. The most important part is what we realized is while using traditional softwares, like I don't know if anybody uses Genesis or things like that. So a lot of customization is required tailored down to our needs. So we understood that business can never be accustomed to the existing softwares. It needs a lot of customizations, and that's the initiation where the senior management, my family took, and that's the journey started. So we are a heavily offline dominated company, but COVID kind of pushed everything on the other side, right? So from COVID we started moving online.
Okay.
So to what he said, our ASPs on the online is about 12,000 for a sari, which is visible, much higher. Now what we did differently, to your point, there are a lot of options. So typical sari buying is very they need to touch, feel, look, and
Precisely.
color. It's very complex, right? So what we did was we started the online journey by not just putting up a website and just calling it as an e-commerce platform. What we did is we started generating content. We used social medias to do we generated so much content using social media. Live commerce and social commerce were the key to what we did. And we started putting influencers and models to explain the product. And that actually gave them a near to closest decision making power, and that actually translated into sale. So that is why we see huge, and our return policies are only if there's a manufacturing defect we take, and there is no return policy.
Okay.
Every product that we ship, we capture a high definition video of the packaging. So if a customer ever has any complaint, we send that link to them just to satisfy her by that. We do all of this. And in addition to that, right, what we also do is we do have a customer loyalty program. I think it is more currently on the offline side.
Okay.
We started using store credits, which is now on the offline. Customers are now going ahead and doing the online part. But interestingly, what we've done in the offline space is, as what Mr. Ketan said, I think we started categorizing. See, for us, we don't have a limited SKUs. What I mean to say is today a sari design is, let's say, a lotus motif. Tomorrow, even if there's a smallest change, it's a different SKU altogether.
Oh, is it?
So it's completely different SKU. So there is no absolute 100% classification. iPhone is an iPhone. It's just 128 or 254. That's it, right? So for us, every product is different. So how do we track? So what we do is we have a dynamic classification of all of our SKUs into buckets. And based on price points, segments, categories, vendor cities, each and every sari, we track with more than 32 different attributes.
Wow.
This happens at the warehouse level. So
you're saying per product has got 32
different types of data points through which we can analyze.
Okay.
And what we've done is we have about 17 years worth of data, which actually translates to about 57 lakh customer database today. And what we've done is here, I think I'm very happy to say that we started using AI and ML. What we've done here is we've understood what's the probability of a person trying to buy a G denim pant, what's the probability of him trying to pick a shirt or a t-shirt, right? So that we do based on two factors. One is the industry wise, what is the best combination, and the second thing is based on his past purchase history. So as he rightly said, our primary method of identifying this is a phone number, but we also do is we have what they bought us back, if it's a men's shirt or a women's shirt. So we know what kind of target marketing, what kind of messages, what kind of WhatsApp messages that we need to push. The WhatsApp APIs have been
How
opened.
do you create that 360-degree concept that Ketan was speaking about? How do you create that? I mean, are you able to discern that particular aspect of your whole engagement cycle?
No, see, actually, by the time, the process on the offline store, I'm coming back to the offline side.
Okay.
The offline store happens every floor has an estimation slip. Basically, what happens is if a customer likes a product, he goes and puts an estimation slip and he's supposed to pay it at the checkout counter. Okay. By the time he goes to the checkout counter, these estimation slips, when they are actually going to be printed, it will just tell them the message that, hey, you know what, you bought a denim that you forgot to buy. Hey, it's been 3 months that you bought a last denim with us. Okay. Hey, it's been about 15 days that you haven't visited us. So we get into that amount of personalization, and all of these things are not just recommendations like typical e-commerce website says these are the new collections, why don't you just see. We go one level deeper to pick the customer previous purchase pattern with us. And the best part I'll have to tell you is we have repeat customer rate of about 50% 2 times.
Wow.
3 times 33, 4 times 17, and we have customers come to us about about 7 times or more as well.
Wow.
So that actually gives a lot of insights to the customers in terms of the personalization point of view. And yes,
Yes, sir, please.
Couple of this. Okay, these the personalization, the pop-up which is coming, is it giving to any additional sales? Or your CSS
Absolutely.
People are interacting with the customer, sir or madam, you forgot this to buy this, or last time you purchased, you are not. Is that decision making is happening at the store level, or some people are interacting with the customer? Is it translating to?
Absolutely, sir. So what we do here is by the time we print the bill copy out, we send an additional.
Is over. Where I'm coming from, by the time purchase decision is over.
The purchase decision is over, the money is paid, the bill's coming out. When the bill's coming out, what we do is we send an additional small coupon underneath that. That actually enables cross-selling.
Great. That is.
So again, now this coupon, if a person tries to send me a coupon of footwear, right? I have never in the history purchased footwear. And all of these logics are defined in my POS. And the benefit is I can decide as late as today night, and by tomorrow first hour it's implemented in my stores. And that's the beauty why we thought the turnaround time is very, very fast. And I'm sure everybody agrees retail is all about fastness, swiftness.
Time.
And if
Time is money for
you think about it, you raise a ticket, expect somebody to come and resolve, that day is gone. Your season's out.
That is something that Sharon, that is something that Sharon, you would be facing.
That never works in the B2C industry actually. It's a very valid point that Bharat has told. Even in coming to the mobile segment right now, it's about just a decision factor that takes time. Now, once his decision is made, he's a diabetic patient now. Now he wants no matter what the device in his hands at that moment.
Correct.
He would go till any mile to get that product. Wow. I have had people who right now if you see there is a huge demand for the Samsung Fold phones because there is no stocks.
The Z phones.
There is no stocks. So I have about 20 people calling me every day and then they are in waiting lines saying that I need the stock tomorrow. When are you getting me the stock?
Wow.
Sharon, I have a question. Is that purposeful to control that demand, to create that demand versus
I was about to
availability, or was it a part of the strategy?
That way brand is going to be more
more valuable.
More valuable.
Here actually previously before the online e-commerce giants came into the picture, that was really favoring us by a very large margin. But after Amazon and Flipkart coming into play, it has been quite transparent, and then today the customer is well aware of the features, pricings, offers, discounts, everything.
Correct.
So he has made a decision about what he wants.
Correct.
Gone are the days where मुझे अभी 15,000 में phone दिखाओ. No, that's not the case. He's so specific that 95% of my customers give me Xiaomi Note 11 Pro, give me Vivo V27 Pro.
This is specific
ask. Very specific. It has been so specific. Now previously it was they have done their homework with the e-commerce coming into the play.
At the same time, we have to go to the which location also, which store also, they are already predefined. Because the moment you enter in, you go to the Google, Samsung S30, who are all selling what price? Pricing is already visible. Where are you to go? Where to shop or where to go and shop? It's already predetermined.
So Sharon, what kind of consumer behavior do you see with your shopper? Because see, for us, for example, if you take pharmacy, the diapers business has predominantly gone online. Not many prefer to come to the store and purchase. They do ask for the price, go back to Amazon, check Flipkart, then again come back. There's a lot of back and forth that happens. Mobile is another category, which has again gone online mostly. So how do you cater to that? I mean, do you see a lot of your customers moving online, or do you see that they are very price sensitive, they come back again, they go back again? How do you look at them?
So very good question, because the marginal cost of operation is significantly low.
So it's a very beautiful question that you have asked. So to explain you the market, right? In a very well developed countries even in the United States, the e-commerce hadn't been able to penetrate more than 45%. In India, it's currently at 45% again. So it cannot penetrate more than 45%. So still 55% of the market share lies with the offline market. So now these 55% are offline customers, and then the digital marketing strategies that we put in place is the chunk that it takes from the 45% of online.
So you try to bring your digital customers to drive footfalls to the stores.
Yes.
So store is still your
So offline has been
is
bread
your
and butter.
bread and butter.
So we have tried going very aggressively on the e-commerce front too, but then the customer acquisition cost that I was been obtaining is too humongously higher than what Amazon Flipkart.
But today I think with the
It's very high in mobile. In electronic customer acquisition online is very high.
It's with the
Very
paper
high,
based
very
market
high.
is the highest even compared to what
Yeah.
probably you would be facing it in your business, correct?
Still, to a certain extent, I would agree with him that beyond a certain price point, like you were mentioning, the brand in hand experience is what matters.
110% it matters.
Okay, I would probably invest on a 25,000 rupees mobile online, but if I'm buying an iPhone 14, I would rather go.
I would rather touch and feel and see what the device is all
Maybe
about.
that will vary from industry to industry.
Yeah, of course.
Like food and grocery industry may be different. Food and grocery industry where there is a non-food is a segment. People are definitely going to example, Mr. Ketan is already highlighted. Diaper is a business typically is moved to online.
Correct.
Because there is no touch and feel factor there.
Correct.
Okay, where the price is only sensitive. Where there is a food segment, the still people are coming. Example, I want a dairy product. So people are not going to online. People are coming to offline stores.
Is it?
Yes.
Because of the
And,
freshness.
Because of freshness. For example, fruits and vegetables.
Yes.
Though online options are available, but shoppers are coming to offline store.
They can pick and choose what they want.
yeah.
And one more thing, I mean, I had this experience with Zepto and a couple of others. The expiry date is almost close to expiry, whatever you find online.
That is when there is a logic.
That's the reason they're playing the discount this thing. They're playing with the price.
Okay.
They are playing with price. Example, they might offer you the 30 bucks, 40 bucks lower than what is the MRP. And they are giving quick delivery. That charges they are compensating that.
Got it.
What percentage of business do you think Zeptos or Blinkits
So
are?
currently, Zepto and Blinkit people are disrupted quick commerce. Quick commerce. Actually, when they are into online business, that time there is no much difference between offline stores and online stores. But thing is that the moment they come into quick delivery, offline stores are disrupted by 10%.
So
Top of customers are moving.
yeah.
Because this thing है, rather than asking in a white ice cream, you can put it in Zepto. They'll quicker than the ice cream
servant.
by within from fridge to
Within 10 minutes.
within 10 minutes.
I think that is what happened with Zomato. I mean, I think 5 years back when they brought this concept in of quick delivery, I think Blinkit is again, that's the reason why Zomato acquired Blinkit because of that part. I mean, we all order from Zomato.
But
We
that is
OTT, we are in the baby boomer segment. Gen Z onwards, I mean, one good thing is we are early adopters.
Correct.
But then OTT may normally what works is, what they say is that between discovery and playing a content, if the lag is more than 60 seconds, you have lost the customer. So that is the pace at which we are working today. Conversion works like that. Okay, so within 60 seconds, people make a decision. And if it is quicker, they will prefer that mode. Okay, so that is
60 seconds is a bonus.
I think
For an,
it's too much,
For
60
an
seconds.
electronics chain, right? I have been observing the bounce rates. If my bounce rate was more than 15 seconds, I'm lost.
possible.
15 seconds.
What is this percentage of the whole revenue that you
So
see?
during the campaigns that I have run, right?
Yeah.
Initially, my bounce rate was close to 85%. The industry standard is at 75%.
My
So I
goodness.
had to tweak a lot of the strategies, the how content looks. Already it's a box selling that we do, right? The content developed by the OEMs. I mean, the Fold 4 cannot be represented in a better manner than Samsung. What Samsung is doing. True. So we had to bring in a lot of other strategies, developing the page in such a manner that I am giving something additional to what Samsung is already saying.
Okay.
So my the marketing strategical team was always about like how do I tell something which Samsung is not telling. So we had
Different
to
content
discount.
for different age
Yes.
groups.
And at the same time, it's not about just content. I had to bring price also because he's already
Discount.
price sensitive. So
So
I
for
had to
this-
bring that right balance between letting him gain the knowledge, making that price decision. So in the first 10 seconds, he's looking at the page on mobile front on the desktop page. We had to make sure that he's gaining the knowledge and at the same time he is having that price alertness. And here again there are two things. In my domain there is affordability, where he can go on
I was
EMIs,
about to say that. I was about to say
and then
that.
where he can go on
EMI.
to a direct swiping or a full payment.
But I have a question for you, Sharan. With
Yes.
cross-pollination of data across so many devices, Harminder, Tamal, Ketan, Badwaj, we all can come to your website, walk into your store, we can use multiple devices. How do you offer that similar, seamless customer experience? How would you do that? It's a task in itself, I must say.
So like the POS have been evolved as Bharat said, like one software without customization wouldn't be possible. So to our rescue, we have this Pine Labs is a brand that has brought in revolutionary kind of technology into the POS systems.
Okay.
Previously, before Pine Labs, we had one machine from KVB, one from SBI, one from HDFC, one from ICICI. Like it was a mess.
Yeah.
It was a big headache in reconciliation too.
I know.
Just imagine one store reconciling like 10 swiping machines. It's an impossible task. So after Pine Labs stepping in, right, affordability, swiping of various banks, issuing of cashbacks, issuing of discounts, issuing of loyalties,
EMI.
everything was just like on one place.
So I was in a discussion with Samsung. Again, we are in advanced conversations with them, and they said that we are such a big brand. We really don't want to do a push-based marketing. All right, it's a very pull-based marketing. People look at a product and they come. But there is a flip side to this. The flip side is if they want to go and sell more, all right, if they want to go sell their earbuds, if they want to go sell chargers, if they want to go something more as a merchandise from their whole SKU, they don't have a CDP, they don't have a pool of first party data. Do you see that as an important aspect in your business, particularly?
100%. So we have a very customly built CRM solution.
Okay.
So it's an AI and ML based solution that we have developed. Actually, thanks to Rai, during the COVID time when like we were completely scratching our heads about what to do. So
that was where the whole
on
story
one of
started.
the afternoons, like there was this beautiful CDP presentation given by the heads of Rai. So immediately I got in touch with them, and recently that particular venture has been valued at almost 55 crores. It's just a bootstrap company. Within the 3 years, they have been valued at 55 crores. And Chroma, myself, and one of the large retail chains, we use that particular CDP platform. That very realistically and at a real-time basis slice and digest the data, gives me a bifurcation about if I want to concentrate on a particular iPhone 14 right now. It clearly says what percentage of my customers have upgraded from 11, 12, 13 to 14, and what are my opportunities that I have. And it clearly says if there are particular 1,000 customers who have been upgrading from 11 to 12, 12 to 13, but haven't upgraded from 13 to 14, it brings out at such realistically in detailed data onto my table, so which makes my data very easy. So I try to target these particular customers at a different 360 degrees. I make a SMS blast, I make a WhatsApp blast, I make a digital marketing push, I make a live calling.
Okay.
So like I make sure I'm touching this particular
this one particular buyer from multiple folds.
And I have been able to see there's a conversion percentage of almost 28%.
Oh, is it?
That's a really high number in this particular industry.
Beautiful. So there's a concept that we often speak of, which is called as STO, spend time optimization. So how much do you spend on which particular platform, on which particular channel, at what particular time of the year, month, week, day? Again, might hold true for your segment, might hold true for Ketan's segment. Maybe it might be a little different for others. Maybe Asim would look at it differently. Niranjan would look at it differently. Koti sir, you would probably look at it differently. I would really want to understand, Hemant, how are you doing this, particularly in your industry? Considering people walk into your stores, do you sell online? Do you sell offline? How is it? What is the definition of customer experience in your industry?
In our industry, coming to retail mithai industry, most of it happens walk-in only, because for us it is more of experience-based business than selecting online. People, they walk into the store, they want to taste the product.
Okay.
They'll taste 4 or 5, and then they would like to get it packed right in front of them.
Okay.
It is mostly 90% of Indian consumer market still sells loose mithai. It is only
Absolutely.
the 10% which goes on packet mithai. That is mostly on Diwali.
Correct.
So for us, things are little different from like what our friends here are.
Then my
sharing.
question, a tough question coming up is, how do you go and engage your consumer? I mean, do you even have a pool of consumers that you maintain with yourself, or is it just the pause data that you have?
Fortunately, we haven't scaled up to that level. Not fortunately, I would say we haven't scaled up to that level where we are going deep into like what our consumer market should be.
Yeah.
As of now, as you said, pull market and push market. So ours is fortunately a pull market right now. So we have a capacity of our manufacturing facilities.
Okay.
So almost throughout the year, it is we run during the season. It runs on 200-250% capacity, and when it is not in season, the other 6 months we run at 80% of our manufacturing capacity. But yeah, dynamics have changed when we have entered Hyderabad market.
Okay.
So it's been 8 months, and we are running on 20-30% capacity. So now we are putting our heads in like how here it is not full market for us. We are still working on strategies, and some experts like you or anyone can share. That would really help us.
Is it a sweet tooth issue? I mean,
Uh,
Hyderabad doesn't want to.
So on a factory level, we have SAP deployed,
Okay.
and on the retail front, we have a different software that runs.
Okay.
So it is different for our HR. Again, we have a different software where you can get extract the entire employee cycle and all. So
Okay.
technology, when it comes to marketing, to be in specific, we are doing pretty much very basic, I would say. We are just festival based campaigns we are running across the locality of our outlets, Win City that we are in right now.
Okay.
And I would say it is conversion is in Hyderabad, it is somewhere close to 10-15% right now.
And do you believe in the concept of geofencing? I mean, if Harminder is living in a close vicinity of one of your stores, do you use some method where you can come and engage me or anybody who's living nearby to that particular store of yours?
Geofencing.
Have you gone that way?
Yeah.
Or do you see a future in that?
I definitely see, because consumer has come to that extent where he wants everything
At his beck and call,
his
at any
beck
particular
and
point
you
in
can
time.
say it is doorstep. So yeah, so things are changing now. But still it all depends. So there are certain products that only we sell in Hyderabad.
Yeah.
When it comes to traditional Telugu mithai and all. So for such products and all, we still have people traveling from 20 kilometers, 25 kilometers coming down to the outlet, and for that product they come in. Even in Hyderabad, we are always out of stock of those particular products. They're manually made, and no automation has come in it. Even Haldiram's could not crack it.
I know. We are actually in talks with them for again off this table, but again there is a big consolidation that's happening at Haldiram's end as well. They say that we sell through Zomato, we sell through Swiggy, they sell through multiple marketplaces as well, and they're saying that their biggest struggle right now is they don't have first party data at this moment. While they do run segments, they do create segments, they do create campaigns, and they do run in that area. But if tomorrow, say for example, this foresight, if there's another COVID coming their way, people are not going to stop consuming sweets. They are going to continue to consume sweets. But they want to build a complete robust first party data. It's complete CDP that they want to build. And then on top of that, they want all of this to come from one system, one platform. So entire your customer data platform with an entire customer life cycle management, all right, as rightly said by Ketan, entire personalization, all analytics, what is selling in which store, who's staying nearby, who has consumed more, who's consumed less. How do you, completely amalgamate the online versus the offline buyer so that you know that it is, say, Harminder who has walked in, and Harminder is the one who probably came 3 weeks back, 2 weeks back, 1 month back, and had demonstrated interest to buy this particular set of whatever gift pack or sweets or whatever, and then go and keep nudging. So they're going the app way. Not sure if many of you are aware, but Haldiram is going the app way. Already they're going to come out with their own app. Stay within this, but eventually, They're not going to get published, right? Great. So they're going the app way, and they are, they are creating a separate revenue line, which is something very similar to what Zomato and the likes of Swiggy are doing, but it will be a little bit more focused on their business. So I don't know if Hemant, if you see merit in this, but that is something that eventually they are doing. Just wanted to share that aspect with.
That's the reason they are just going more offline.
Probably,
They are going more offline. They're opening a lot of stores. in and
Absolutely.
around.
So Haldiram's offline business is still significantly higher. But they say that there is a set of genre of buyers who are very lazy enough to come and walk into a store. But again, as rightly said, there is a brand which is already created in their mind. They say, मुझे हल्दीराम्स की मिठाई ही खानी है. So why walk in if I can order something online? They don't want to let go of that.
Currently, Haldiram. I'm so sorry. Yes,
And I had a question.
Yes, sir.
So, Haldiram is probably doing it. And obviously, other competing brands.
There are Agarwal, there are Haldiram.
How many apps can there be? And how many?
Good question.
So the question is there a way? Because look at Tata Noir or whatever.
Yeah.
So how do you ensure that your presence is there across multiple places? You have only one.
Good. So this
So you are getting on the phone to everyone.
So this is the same story of Chroma and Vijay Sales when they started a decade back, roughly. All right, Haldiram's is going in that similar direction. All right, they are going to completely take this entire mobile experience, integrate it with their entire distribution management system that they have, so that their fulfillment center, the CFAs that they have, are also integrated with this particular mobile app, and they know in live that whether this store has got this suite or this store has got or probably has not got this particular suite.
No, but I get what you're trying to say. See, now there are too many apps. Right?
There are too many apps.
See, now again, when we also wanted to launch an app, we pulled back. Unless and until there's a rewards platform associated to it, be it credit or something, app will slowly get off. Because there are best of the best apps, Zomato, Swiggy, your Tata New. If there is no rewards, please. If there is no rewards, I think slowly things will start. I think people have already started comparing the same item on Zomato and Swiggy, 10 rupees cheaper, they're going away. And the same thing is happening on the apparel side as well. You're going, you shop or stop, you're buying, let's say, a UCB, and then you come back and you go to Myntra. He's selling the same product 10% cheaper. Go back and buy. See, now why are people doing it? That's because a lot of app users are there. But the moment that discounts, the moment the loyalty is away, I personally believe the app users will just slowly start coming down.
Just to add to that, sir, we are primarily a D2C brand. 67% of our business comes from our own app. Okay. But having said that, if I am not present on the Zomato, if I am not present on Swiggy Insta, if I am not present on a Fresh to Home or a Milk Basket today, I will always lose out a segment of customers who don't want to download an app just to buy milk.
Correct.
They would want an app from where they can also order their staples, they can order their chocolates, they can order their milk all put together. Okay?
Like an aggregator app, if I may say.
Kind of. So I have to be present there. Otherwise, I will always lose out on a segment of customers. Okay. But that doesn't mean that I pull back on having an app of my own.
So what's your opinion on this ONDC thing? Because we are actually an aggregator of apps and aggregator of marketplaces. It's not aggregator, but it's an open network. So
ONDC is just allowing your mom and pop shows to become more discoverable. And at the same time, for bigger brands, it's now going to be even more difficult because the same set of products are going to be available from the regular mom and pop shows. So suddenly you will have millions and millions of kirana shops and mom and pop shops popping up on everybody's mobile.
Correct. But there is a nuance to this, Ketan. There are going to be buyers because of this ONDC platform who are eventually going to come online.
Yeah, exactly.
There is a separate family, separate fraternity genre of online buyers that are going to eventually start building up.
Yeah.
So this point Niranjan set up. The reason why Haldiram feels they want to go the online way is because of this. They, not just ONDC, they don't want to let go of those online buyers who are coming up, who are lazy enough, who want to buy things online. They don't want to go. But very valid point. You have options on Zomato. So if you ever go on Zomato or if you ever go on Swiggy and you just write like sugar-free ice cream or sugar-free sweets, you'll see barrage of options coming to you, which are probably in the close vicinity of your house. That is what Haldiram eventually wants to go into. And then again, very good point raised by Bhardwaj that loyalty plays a very, very important point. But the point is, you only run loyalty when you have that breadth and depth of entire first party data. If you don't have
But
that,
for pharmacy or for that matter for healthcare, it's for us, it's still wait and watch. The lot of listings that we do, our government is still not very, clear, or we are not clear rather, as to how this whole thing is going to shape up over the next few days. If you see, so if you see PhonePe, they have already launched a new platform called Pin Code, and lots of retailers have come there, and I could see a lot of pharmacies also. But then, when you deliver pharmacy medicines, there are lots of restrictions, right? You have to, the prescription needs to be validated, there are scheduled drugs, and so on and so forth. So things are still not, I would say it's still wait and watch, and lot of such platforms like Pin Code are going to come up in the near future. So again, it's going to be the who onboards how many retailers. That's going to be the game going forward.
Good question here for you, Ketan. So when you upload a prescription,
Yeah.
is that manually verified or is it a bot verified?
No, it's not bot verified. It's physically verified.
And what's the lead time generally for you to take once I upload it versus you confirm it? What's the lead time?
Just a few minutes.
Few minutes.
How many people do you have in the background to do this job?
There are.
I believe this goes to the store price.
Yeah, it
You have
ultimately
omni,
goes
right?
to the store only.
You have omni.
Ultimately,
They
it's an
have a
omni
store
channel.
staff.
Ultimately,
Coming to the Haldiram.
but the verification process, there are multiple checkpoints that are there in the process.
I think it has to be done by
Yeah, there are qualified people in the background
who understands how to do this on Excel sheet. and all
Because
that.
reading itself is a big. The doctor's handwriting.
Every customer is different.
Doctors and so
You're saying something else.
no, just correct me if I'm right or wrong. What I have understand for the Haldiram is a very known brand, a very good with a turnover and all, but they doesn't have a consumer database in terms of like their direct consumer database.
Direct consumer.
They are largely there in this India, pan India, and even worldwide, but they don't have a database.
Yeah.
So I believe they have started two things. One is they have what you said, because with that app they can fetch a database.
Correct.
If they are ordering, they are selling it through Zomato, Zuki, whatever, any mean of channel, they don't get a direct database.
Exactly.
Just because they have
don't
struggled.
get a database of their.
That's the time during the COVID they have struggled a lot.
Yeah.
So now what they are doing it, according to me, what have went through their complete strategy, they are opening offline stores.
Correct.
As you are opening another 2 kilometers or 3 kilometers, they have a vary of 6 to 7 kilometers.
Like local fulfillment centers.
Yes, right.
Like dark stores.
So yeah,
Last mile
with
stuff, yeah.
large stores. So what they are doing it, they are opening the stores. Along with the stores, they are opening restaurants. So they are combining two in one.
Oh, great.
It's a very good concept they're coming with. Both the people. So what happens is like beginner wala. So they cater to large people with sweets and everything, packaging material as well as the restaurants,
And banquets also.
banquets, right? Yeah, beginner wala has the banquets. So now Haldiram is opening like this, so that why I'm saying this, just because you said they are coming up with an app, because I was not aware of it.
Upsell and upsell is
Yes.
there. Oh, interesting. That is really, really interesting.
So now what happens to them? They get their consumer database. With their stores, they can get their consumer database and with the app, and then they can play with the database. That's called a data science.
We
Like what
have tested
customers
a
have-
new business plan for you to grow your business eventually.
Harminder, I am RS Mani. Love to
Yes, sir.
share an insight.
Please, sir.
Why-
You're from which organization? Sir?
PKC.
Okay.
PKC. Actually, through our experience with our client, the reason why customers go for online and app is not for more sale, but to understand the customer behavior.
Absolutely. Bang on.
So they know
Bang
that
on.
which product people are interested, so that they can manufacture those products. There is one garment company which we are associated, which is established in Amazon, Flipkart, and they have their own apps also.
Okay.
They understand which product is more liked by the
Which particular
customers.
product has more affinity,
So they
mobile?
make sure that
Correct.
that particular item is manufactured in big way, volume, so that they are very clear that their inventory is safeguarded. So
Correct.
this is one insight I
And
want
the
to share.
inventory cost is not
That is
high,
one
neither
stock.
it is too low,
10
neither it is
items
too
you
high.
want to manufacture,
Correct.
make sure that this one item which is fast moving or people are interested, so they manufacture that the maximum and the other maybe in the minimum level.
Great. Rameshwar sir, you've been awfully quiet.
Yeah, I'm listening to this because a lot of things are new thing for me. Because since we are into that, basically, procuring and processing, selling.
Yeah.
So obviously we have two types of customers.
Okay.
One is seller and one is buyer also basically.
But your business is very distributed led. How do you build this quotient of customer experience, and how do you see marketing automation platform as a fit in your business?
Yes.
I'd love to hear from you.
Yeah. So going forward, because what happened now, as of now, it's a basic sales and operations candidate actually.
Correct.
And if we see that the customer experience starts from the farmer actually, the farmer who gives the milk every day.
Okay.
So that's what we started creating an experience, basically giving them online payments or giving them a better payment than the cooperatives, because cooperatives are led by the majorly business run by cooperatives.
Okay.
So we're competing with them. Their cooperatives.
So your experience is on the supplier side and on the buyer side.
Yeah, both sides basically. So we start from there. So that's why we stickiness to the farmers are high, and because we almost 90% of our procurement is on are regular farmers actually.
Okay.
Instead, a lot of things we buy outside here and there.
Okay.
For us, we have a set of farmers who consistently give us. We created basically we understand their needs. We try to supply their fodder. We supply give their payments online.
Okay.
So the ease of doing things are very high there. So that's why the farmers stick to us.
Okay.
Coming to the other side of the thing, basically now that we are buyer basically. We are into traditional distribution actually.
Correct.
So now we are getting into the kind of stores, parlors basically. So it's not a big ticket size for us. Milk is a what you call 100 rupees or 150 rupees kind of ticket size. So there people don't have, they have traditional or fixed milk or buying products actually. So we strive on the quality. We try to see that when the consumer picks up, they feel that there's a difference in the quality, they come back, right? So like that, because the customer experience, what we see that we put in the retailer point also. We try to put a freezer.
To Kotiji. So if Kotiji, say for example, is your retailer,
yes.
How would you want to engage with him? How would you want him to engage with you?
That's what we just entered with him the last 2 years back.
Okay.
So entering into a Ratnadip is a very costly affair. He will not just welcome us like that. So he will take big money.
Agree on that point.
So big money actually. So there what happens, it's like for us a big time basically experience in Ratnadip. We entered there, but the offtakes are not great basically. So we as a brand basically we are in a traditionally called more into the commercials kind of thing, basically commercial B2C or basically Horeca hotel segment actually. The consumer side, we are still evolving actually.
Okay.
So Ratnadip is one of the platform. Just we entered there. Yes, we are studying there, but we have plans to go to next level. Okay. So we are doing well in DMarts. Because there is basically our customer is basically a below middle class kind of thing. Basically, we have the DMart is basically a discount store. So there we are doing extremely well. Coming to Ratnadip, yes, long way to go for us because consumer has to see a brand as a unknown brand and the experience to come back. So that's what is experience for us.
About to Rameshwar sir, I just want to give you retail food and grocery retail perspective versus technology.
Yeah.
Okay, we are also having a ERP, CRM, everything is there.
Correct.
But still we are not able to analyze the customer shopper behavior and his eating pattern. Example, shopper is with us and the shopper is completely shopping. You know who is the shopper because of the mobile number.
Yeah.
We know who is the shopper, what he purchased. After that, what is this buying pattern versus eating attitude? There is no correlation currently. We are looking for the AIR, MLR, IoT. Some platform we are trying to engage with the people. I'm the shopper, I purchased egg.
You see prevalence of IoT in your business?
No, currently no.
Okay.
Currently no. But we are looking for some partners. So who can able to give us a lot of insights. We are having a 4 million customer base. Because our customer frequency is more. We are engaged with fresh produce, fruits and vegetables. And an average shopper coming to our stores is a monthly 4 times. Average.
Okay.
Maybe some of the shoppers may go early morning come for milk, evening come for some Haldiram packet. But this engagement is more. We are unable to figure out with an existing technology, with the current CRM tools, what is the shopper behavior? How is shopper is along with the milk, what is the other thing is buying?
Exactly.
Okay. So there must be some sort of category adjacencies. Basing my eating attitude, example, I am the atta customer. Along with data, what all the spices are buying. I'm the travel customer.
Hmm.
Along with the travel, what all the other things.
And then what is the pattern? I mean,
Yeah, what is the
what is the
pattern?
duration of purchase?
Yes.
Maybe you want to go and engage
What's
for
the
free.
typical line items do you have in a per
The
bill?
average line items are 10 to 12.
10 to 12. I think that's going
So-
to put you a lot more data for you to crunch. AI, I think, is the right way for you to go.
10 to 12
King of
is
data.
the average number of lines. And the customer shopper, being a shopper ticket is 500, 600 rupees. Average 700 rupees. Average ticket size. But number of customers.
For us,
are more.
So,
Yeah,
so,
really
Koti-
good,
so
right?
Koti sir, the lot of insights are coming from customer insights or research teams, and to create a good store experience and to identify the affinity categories. This research is basically telling you that 80% of the customers who buy X also buy Y.
Buy Y.
So that kind of then nudges them to go and buy that category. The second thing that's
Bharadwaj has
Yeah.
highlighted a couple of points.
We call that as a recommendation
Yeah.
engine search
Yes.
within us.
Yeah.
So we do probably recommendation 1, 2, 3.
A predictive
And
probabilistic
what we do is
segmentation.
like with the old data that we have, we try to identify the recommendation engines, and that's how we try to do our marketing automation by using WhatsApp. Now again, WhatsApp, I think it's a blessing.
It's a very good.
so RCS.
Some say
But
it is a
no, it's a very blessing, but it's
as well.
very costly.
Exactly.
It is very
It's very costly. Through WhatsApp, you can reach out worldwide. There's no doubt. From now, with an SMS, you cannot do that. But right now, sitting in India, sitting in Hyderabad, I can send a message to a US customer.
Yeah.
But again, it's very costly.
It is costly.
But I'll tell you, see, if you take a absolute way, SMS cost, let's say it's 15 paise versus
15 paise, right,
WhatsApp,
absolutely.
I don't know, I'm paying 55. Okay, great.
But the deal is 42 paisa. So it's in fees is a 48 paisa. Facebook fees is a 48 paisa. No?
Oh, I'm paying 55 now. Okay, maybe I should be.
Yeah, I'm also paying 55.
Okay, good.
You got to somebody too many inches now.
But what we did, sir, here is we called something as a UMS. Again, we built that. What we did, Unified Messaging Service. We create workflows. We try to send an SMS first. If that fails, then SMS gets triggered. If that fails, email.
Yeah,
Email is
email
on the
gets
other
triggered.
side. So we did this, but still I believe the open rates for SMS versus WhatsApp, those expensive, I'm sure.
Very high.
But the
SMS rate is
WhatsApp
very
open
high.
rates are very
Very high.
Very
high.
Correct.
Because right now, what happens with the technology? Here, technology play a very role for a SMS. You get lot of varieties right now. For an example, you got a subheadings in the messages. If it's a promotional, it go under the promotional category. If it's a transactional, it goes under there.
Correct.
So people are not opening a promotional category.
Exactly. Precisely. And
WhatsApp, you doesn't have that.
transactional conversation.
Yes. So in WhatsApp, you doesn't have that.
Correct. So this is something we're doing, Asim, at Shopper Stop. So something that Koti you might be interested in is. So they say we have got multiple SKUs. They have around close to 35,000, 38,000 SKUs at this moment, roughly, if I remember correctly. And they say that we want to know if Harminder has walked into Shopper Stop in any part of the country. All right. What time he came in, which particular product he looked at, all right, and if we are able to get that experience online, all right, so that he doesn't have to come back again and look at that shelf again and again, revisit that product. Well, that's one facet to it. The other facet is if there is an innovation coming in that product, they know that they have to go and ping Harminder.
Does this based on your purchase or when you walk
Oh,
into
there's a lot of AI and there's a lot of tech into it.
I'll just give you one quick example.
Please.
So currently today, we have implemented this AI here.
Yeah.
So now today, if a customer walks in, I'm able to track his entire journey
Journey.
throughout his
Yeah,
listing,
right.
identify the heat maps of where he's spending most of his
Most
time.
of the
Correct.
So I think the tech and the data protection policy is going to come real hard on India
That is a
soon.
very important point.
India
It
soon.
has already come in. It has
It's
already
soon.
come in.
And basically based on the time of him coming to the counter versus your bill actually triggers what he's bought, and by the time he purchased, that's when we can initiate a personalized message using your geofencing or whatever could be to help him buy that, hey, you might have missed. But I think it's a little way far. But today what we are doing is we did that. We are able to do heat maps in our stores. We are
you're
able to
capturing the
identify.
expressions too.
Not expressions. We are not capturing any facial data. We are trying to capture the patterns. Like for example, a customer walking inside
Which
and there is no
section?
salesman.
Section.
Yeah, customer walking in and there's no salesman, we trigger that, there's no salesman.
Correct.
Things like that.
So today we are building cohorts purely basis the customer behavior.
Right, absolutely.
Buying behavior. That's what we.
Absolutely.
But coming to you, you are doing it with Shopper Stop,
Yeah, we are.
right?
So
But
what
when-
Shopper Stop has done is they have gone the zero salesman way. Exactly what Bhardwaj is saying. All right. They say we don't need sellers, or rather, earlier they literally had one seller in each and every counter that they had. All right. They say we don't need any more. Just go scan the QR code. We take that entire experience online, and the person, whosoever it is, wherever he is, he just has to download the app and start using it. Even if he or she doesn't register with with an email ID or mobile, it's okay. You can be considered as an anonymous visitor, and our tool in the backend knows how to go and engage them repetitively, and then take them through the whole cycle of anonymous to a buyer. Again, as easy as it might sound, it's not that easy.
Not that video analytics as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have to.
So we also do that. We also have these shelf strips with the
Yeah.
QR code,
Yeah.
where customer who's not or wants more information can just scan the QR code. It leads to our 24/7 platform,
24/7. Yeah.
and then he can then decide to buy or not. And then once they come, we have ways to engage.
Nice.
But wanted to know how you're tackling to other retailers. See, Shopper Stop is completely a different person, company. Their major 60% of turnover comes from First Citizen. They're
Correct.
very strong in loyalty.
Correct.
First Citizen, 60% of their turnover comes from there. So they have their own data, they have their own data science and
Correct.
everything's there. But how you gonna,
So
take it
there
to
is
other
okay,
brands?
This is a big conversation. I'll have to literally take a whiteboard and show you what the architecture is. But in short, what we do, Asim, is there are two sides to it. So we are creating two separate CDPs for them
Right.
on our platform. One is completely online, all right. One is a blend of their First Citizens and people who are just walking into the store. So I think Bhardwaj, you were saying that people prefer, and I think Kiran, you also
Touching.
said that people
Touch and
prefer to touch it,
Feel and wear.
feel it, probably wear it and see what the look and feel is, and then they go buy it online. And there are people who do that. I mean, they don't buy it OTC, but they prefer to go and buy it online because there are some redemption points, there are some loyalty points, all right. But to even arrive at that part, they have to go through that entire online journey.
Right.
They have to go through that entire cohort which we have created. Shopper Stoppers, I think, created some 10,000 cohorts, if I remember it. That's the kind of complexity that they work with on our particular platform at this particular point in time. They have around close to 55 million visitors coming in every month. That is the kind of numbers that they're doing, and they're saying that we probably will go 10 times of this in next couple of years. That's the kind of business they're looking at. We do something similar with HUL, which is again a very B2B kind of a segment, but it's actually B2B2C. I don't know if anyone of you knows Shikhar app. Shikhar app, HUL. It's very it's very prevalent
Just heard
in the
about
market. So what they do is they have a lot of distributors.
Come at a single place and
Exactly. It's like a complete B2C experience. The retailer doesn't even know that he's not on Amazon or he's not on Flipkart. It's a very, very B2C flavor, but actually the entire business model is B2B.
And selling
And
the
how do
quantity.
you sell? So if the inventory level has gone low, our platform automatically, there are certain benchmarks created in the tool. Our platform eventually goes and nudges that particular retailer that, oh hey, listen, your inventory has fallen. All right, it's fine. It's time for you to replenish. Do you just want me to replicate the earlier order? Simple, job done. They don't even need to click somewhere. It's automatic replenishment of their entire inventory. However small or big they are.
Quick question. So in this particular case, the typical consumer has to give you the inventory levels, the product details, the customer details. He has to be technically exposing all of this data.
No, they don't have to. So the definition of inventory in HUL's parlance when it comes to B2B is different from the end consumer inventory parlance that we're speaking of. This is not the same. It's not in the same connotation. They're poles apart. So say for example, in case of Ketan, the definition of inventory in his parlance would be different from how HUL defines the inventory. What is HUL's inventory? So if Harminder is one of the retailers and you are HUL, alright, how much have I purchased? Something what Tamil was saying. What is the pattern of buying? Alright, our tool will sit and do the entire assessment and then come and tell HUL that or the retailer that this has been your buying pattern. And then go and tell them that, hey, do you want me to come and replenish your inventory? Because we see that this has been your replenishment cycle. We even go to that depth. That's where the analytics plays a very, very important role. That's what we do.
About behavior modification. So today, marketing automation, what it could do for a player like me is, say for example, if I see that someone who is buying say buffalo milk 30 days a month, see an example from our industry, okay, is probably buying paneer only 3 days a month. How do I make him buy paneer 15 days a month? So you build those cohorts, you build those different layers in there, and how do you graduate the customer from level A to
level Z? Correct. Got it. Concept of Amazon, A to Z. Kiran, you've been also quite quiet. You sell the most precious commodity in this entire room. What's your take on it?
So yeah, like I said, or like Asim said, it is post-COVID, the business dynamics have changed dramatically, if you see, and it has become more or less inevitable for somebody to go digital.
Exactly.
Through some or the other way. But like we discussed, as the ticket size goes up, the experience changes. And as the ticket size goes up, the touch and feel comes in. You want to touch and
In your
feel,
segment, it is very difficult to
every
sell.
product is an escape.
Yeah.
Every product is an escape for us when you move higher the ticket size. When that happens, then you need to reinvent your business and all of those things. And then see, and the investment in inventory is humongous when it comes to our business and all of those things. But COVID gave us the time, and then when we thought of digital, we did not actually build an e-commerce and go consumers to go there. But we thought when it comes to a higher ticket size selling, we thought let us make it an assisted selling. So we made a video of a jewelry which is very close to a real life touch and feel kind of thing.
Okay.
A very high definition video, 360-degree kind of thing. And we put it out and we put a salesperson behind it.
You do this for every SKU that you have at this moment?
Every last ticket size SKU. We do, and we have built a capacity.
You also send your persons to home and all everything, right?
That's all
PMJ is a big market for that.
Yes.
For PMJ, it's a very big market.
Very big market.
So you usually don't prefer a property which is on a ground floor. You usually go for a first floor or something.
Yeah, so that we are
different sort of
right now.
thing. Yeah.
To the room, but